So today, I'm going to give you some insights into the compensation plan. And the intention is not to give you a comprehensive review of it. It's not even really to give you the basics. It's to hopefully put you on the path towards understanding the power behind it and some of the concepts that drive behaviors. Because if you want to build it big, you really eventually need to know these concepts. Like I said to John in Nice, backstage, John Halawadi, I said, you know what? If you build this right and you build it big, you couldn't screw it up if you tried. And that's true. You ask Jeff Roberti, he's got more business below that which he's paid on than he has inside, is what we call pay line. Okay, because he built it so big. There's so many people in his organization. He makes about $4 million a year. Okay, so if we paid on everything, he would make more than $8 million a year. That's because he built it big and he built it right. And those are the kind of concepts I want to fly through here today in 20 minutes. Don't expect to try to repeat any of this. I hope one or two or three things kind of click in your brain. If you've been through earning some of these bonuses and incentives, it'll probably relate to you a little more clearly. If not, then that's just to come sometime down the road. So what I'm going to do is I put together what I call a top 10 things you need to know about the compensation plan. And I'm going to fill in these blanks. These are just, in my opinion, some of the most important things you need to know down the road to build it big and build it right. In my opinion, first of all, you don't need to know it to be successful. That's been proven left, right, and center here. Somebody must have had great intuition to build such strong businesses. We look at the UK businesses of leadership, and they're built so well. And we talk to them, and a lot of them don't really understand the compensation plan. Someone told them a couple of things. That's all it took to get them on the right path. And next step thinking was just enough. And now if they want to build it super big, here's the kind of things I think you need to really understand. When I try to explain to people the compensation plan, I typically, as a lot of leaders do, take them through the bottom all the way to the top, explain what it takes to get to the next level. To me, that's pretty easy to understand. We've simplified it drastically recently in terms of what it takes to get to the next title. I'm not even going to talk about that. That's pretty easy to grasp. What I do to try to help people grasp things is I use color and I use numbers, because I believe that in the beginning, a lot of it is familiarity. We have all these crazy names for things, all these acronyms. There's a lot to absorb, So if I use color and pictures and some numbers, associating the numbers with the titles, then it makes it a little easier to explain. I also put in 2 milestones that aren't even in the compensation plan as milestones for titles. And one is when you reach senior direct, that's when you become eligible to earn performance bonus. That's one of the most important milestones you can pursue if you want to build a big business. And the second one that I add is when you reach sales coordinator, attaining the promoter bonus. That only comes when you reach that title. So we have 6 ways you can earn money. Very quickly, retail profit, 10%. That's about customer acquisition. We also have commissions. There are 3 different commission levels. That's about your customers, but also building new distributors. You're in residual commissions off of distributors. And some people may talk 4, 7, and 10%, but that's actually 3 different commission types that add up to 4, 7, and 10. So you get 4% direct distributor commission, 3% senior direct, and 3% sales coordinator. I'm going to show you how that works and how you need to think about the behaviors that you're managing as you build your team and your customer base. We have performance bonus that pays 5 generations. My number one thing that if you want to understand the power of our plan, you got to understand performance bonus. That's about building a team. That's about leverage. That's about getting paid on people you haven't met yet. I know there are leaders in here that have had NMDs grow in their downline and they hadn't met them yet. That's so fast. And they're getting paid on them. That's pretty powerful. Promoter bonus is about building leadership, developing leadership, and going wide. And I'll explain this in a little bit more detail. And business incentive bonus, it's like James said, it's actually a 5 to 20% bonus paid once you reach certain ranks. That originally was designed as an expense allowance. It's really to help support you get out there and build your business and travel and support your team. And of course we have incentives. And that's all about getting to the next title. And no question that since we launched the incentives and made great refinements to them over the course of the year, they have really become rocket fuel to the momentum that was already here before we even introduced them. So huge part of what we're putting on the table for people. So in my opinion, the number one thing to grasp is performance bonus. You're building a team that's duplicating. You're getting paid down deep into an organization, one more time, on people you may not have even met yet. So this is super important to understand. It's super important to understand early so that you don't miss out. Once you build it right and build wide enough, you don't have anything to worry about. You can get yourself into a passive situation to earn it. But once you're NMD or higher, 80 or 90% of your earnings are going to come from performance bonus. So if you're not built to earn it and qualify for it every month, then you stand for a big disappointment by missing out. Something you do not want to miss. As early as you can, set yourself up to be performance bonus qualified every month. So here's how it works. You're eligible for performance bonus if you're at ranks 3 through 7. That's SDD or higher. Okay? You qualify with yourself and your 1s and 2s, yourself and your distributors and your directs. Okay? Together, you have to generate 1,250 RBC a month between all these people. Now you could go ahead and take care of that yourself just by having a customer base that exceeds this amount every month, and you got nothing to worry about. But when you're bringing new people in constantly, while they're at these 2 ranks, base level distributor and direct distributor, they're helping you to reach this 1,250 every month. That should be almost the most important number you look for on your reports that help everyone get to performance bonus every month. Okay? Now you're paid on, sorry, that's kind of long animation, but you're paid on people that are ranks 3 and higher, down through 3 to 5 generations. You don't need to take that many pictures of me. I'm not that photogenic. And I'm going to show you how you qualify for 3 or 4 or 5 generations. And a very cool idea that we put in place is what we call excess. So if you exceed this 1,250 in any given month, we're going to give you credit for what you do extra for the next month, up to a maximum of another 1,250. Okay, so if you're blowing and going, you do 2,500, then next month you're already in without doing anything. Okay, and that excess is shared with you on various reports and through the NSA online. So here are 3 levels, 3 ways to qualify for performance bonus. Oh, that looks good. The first one is for 3 generations, what I've already explained, 1,250 between you, your 1s and 2s, you, your distributors, and direct distributors. If you want to go 4 generations deep, there's an additional requirement. You have to still have the same 1,250, but you have to have built a team. You have to have at least 4 different lines that have a performance bonus qualifier in each. Call that 4 PB legs. Okay, and that's a big part of everything that's going to motivate you is building width, building what we call structure often, having multiple PB legs. And we have some unbelievable structures in the teams here. 12 PB legs in teams and 9 POB legs. This amazing structure that they built, and that's so critical to understand for our plan. If you want to go deep, you want to go 5 generations deep down into your team, and I'm going to tell you what a generation is in a second. There's no volume requirement between you, your 1s and 2s, but you have to be 5 or more wide. Okay, so once again, width is a big part of our plan. And width is going to drive a lot of incentives. There's width requirements to make your title. There's width requirements to make the most important bonus. There's width requirements to make POB, another important bonus. There's also width requirements to make the business incentive bonus. So you got to be working with multiple teams, and you got to have them in balance too. Okay, so what's a generation? Sorry, quickly one kind of visual on how this can pay. So you pick up 1,250 between you, your 1s and 2s, all your little babies that you're getting started. You're helping them get started into the business. They're going to help you become performance bonus qualified. To get paid on through 3 generations, you're ranks 3 or higher. Okay, that's the basic way to become performance bonus qualified. So you always want to be building, always want to be bringing in new customers and bringing in new distributors and helping them make their way up through the ranks, and they're going to help you position yourself to earn the biggest payout in the comp plan. If you want to go 4 generations, you simply have to find or develop 4 lines that are check performance bonus qualified. Okay, that allows you to go deeper into your organization. And you'll see that because of duplication, the deeper you go, the bigger the volume that gets generated. And fourth and fifth generations are huge payouts compared to 1, 2, and 3. Okay? And of course, if you want to go 5, there's no volume requirement in your own little qualification group, but you have to find 5 or more, or develop 5 or more people in each in different legs that are performance bonus qualified. Okay, so that's how you get there. This, in my opinion, is one of the most important things to understand, and that we call them generations. Generations are not levels. A generation is a factor of performance. So we pay down through 5 generations. That can be way more than 5 levels. And I'll show you some examples. Let's look at myself at the top, one of you at the top, and you have just look at one line of sponsorship. Okay, started with an NMD, going all the way down to someone who's an STD. 12 different levels. Okay, and so what I'm going to look at looking at my organization from the top down is I'm going to get paid down through 5 people in any given line that have been qualified for performance bonus. Okay, on the 6th performance bonus qualifier, I don't get paid. This is how it looks at it. It starts going down. It says, okay, what about this first guy? Let's look at him and his 1s and 2s. And does he have 1,250 or more? If that's the case, I'm going to get paid on it. Okay, and in our case, the comp plan pays 2% on that first generation. And it's grouping these guys together to see if they exceed 1,250. In this case, they hit it right on. Then it keeps going. Again, looks at another guy. Has he exceeded 1,250? Yes, 2,500. So it stops there again. There's another generation. So far, 2 levels, 2 generations. But if it runs into people who have not exceeded 1,250, it keeps going until it finds somebody. Sorry, these numbers are jacked on the screen. They look fine on the computer, but this is found someone who had 800, and then finally found someone who had 1,250. It adds them together, calls that a generation, and pays you on them both inside that generation. Okay, so now we got 3 generations, but it took 4 levels to get there. Okay, so that's the kind of dynamic element to it that allows you to pick up on people that are not yet hitting 1,250. And here's an example of where it had to go even deeper before it found 4th generation. Again, adds them all up, calculates them all into that generation. And away you go. Okay, so this is looking at the plan from the top down, looking at you down into your team. And at the end, I'm going to show you another perspective that might unlock some understanding of looking at it from the bottom up. So someone places an order, and how does all that get paid out? So my next suggestion, I've already touched on it, is to go wide. All of our bonuses and incentives require width. And going manageably wide is probably good advice that all of our leaders would recommend. You at least need 5 legs, but having 12 is much better. The U.S. leadership has built unbelievable width in their organizations, and it's paid big dividends. And the UK leadership, especially the new ones, have also built unbelievable width in their organizations, and it's paying big dividends. And it's because there's no limit in width. It's basically what can you manage. Having 20 legs in bonus would be kind of hard because you have 20 people to help manage, unless you're really good at helping them become independent. But there's a limit in depth, right? Because we only pay through 5 generations. So if you want to earn more, you got to kind of eventually go wider. Okay? That's a big part of it. Big part of a lot of our motivations and behaviors that we drive are about building multiple teams. My next point is builders are paid more than managers. And the concept here is that our comp plan kind of thinks of if the business is close to you, we're going to pay you more handsomely. Okay? Stuff's going to be paid to you in all different forms that will pay you more handsomely if it's close to you. If it's 5 generations away, you've never met them, we're not going to pay you as handsomely. And that's kind of fair because other people are close to that business that help get it started, help get them trained. Okay, so if it's close to you, you're paid more handsomely. There's other stuff. There's multiple ways to get paid. All right, and I'll show you a picture of that in a bit. And that's what a lot of people trip up on. My business grew by 100%, but my check didn't. Well, that's because it depends where it's growing. If it's growing close to you, your earnings are going to grow faster. If it's way down in your team, your earnings aren't going to grow as fast. Okay, so it's not a kind of a linear relationship because there's 6 different ways to earn. But the concept is, the closer it's to you, the more handsomely you're paid. And there's a reason for that, because we want to drive the behavior to build new customer base and new distributor base and help them develop. Okay? And here's an example of how that works. Here we have yourself. Consider that you're at rank 4 or higher, so sales coordinator or higher. And we have 4 different people on your team. And they've each placed an order for something, doesn't matter what it is. And they're at the bottom 4 ranks, so distributor, direct distributor, senior direct, and sales coordinator. I'm going to show you what happens when they place an order for something. Okay, so the first person is a distributor. The only thing they're entitled to in our comp plan is retail profit. So the 3 portions of commissions that we pay, that you see in orange here, are going to flow up to the first person who's eligible and qualified. Now, to be eligible, you just have to be direct distributor or higher, and to be qualified for commissions, you just have to put up, 65 RVC a month for commission qualification, pretty easy to get to. But this is how it flows. So brand new person, they're getting retail profit by building a customer base. You're helping them get going, so you're paid more handsomely. When they make it to direct distributor, they start picking up the 4%, and the other 2 still flow to you. Okay? They're a little bit more independent. They've done a few things. They're worthy of being paid more, and so they pick up the 4% direct distributor commission. They make it to the next level, senior direct distributor, and they pick up 4 plus 3, or 7%. The remaining 3 still goes to you. Okay? And once they make sales coordinator, the sales coordinator gets it all. Okay? Hopefully they're more independent. Hopefully they're well on their way. But guess what? You don't lose everything. You're going to be able to pick up performance bonus, and you'll see in a second promote bonus on them too. So there's no disincentive in our plan. There's never a reason to hold people back. And this at first glance might seem like that because I'm losing everything, but there's other ways to be paid on this. Just remember, there's no disincentive. Never think that I need to hold this person back. Pulling everyone along is always got an incentive behind it. Okay? Startup commission. In my opinion, startup commission is very powerful. It took a couple of things and really flipped them from what we were used to. The idea behind it is to put money in the pocket of a new person who wants to build a team. Okay, when we launched it, it was trying to put 1,000 euros in the pocket of a person for the first 30 days of being in the business, and 3,500 euros in the first 90 days. And startup commission was behind that. So we pay differently on people who are new, and in that, the way it's paid differently is to the people who are close to it. Okay, I don't want to get into the details, but that's the idea behind startup commission, is to reward new people who want to build a business quickly and put that money in their pocket as soon as possible. The installment plan. This is one of the things we look at around the world. Use of the installment plan has a lot of incentives. First of all, it's an easier point of sale for most people. You can pay monthly instead of having to come up with the lump sum up front. We provide incentives where when someone makes an installment sale, we pay all of the retail profit up front on the first payment so that the seller gets that money in their pocket by making the sale. Okay, but we also provide all of the credit, we call it promo PV, for that sale, even though we're only collecting a quarter of it at a time. So you get the credit up front. So there's a lot of power behind the installment program. And if you ask me, the biggest power is stability. Because if you have your customers on installment plan, they're contributing to everything you do every month of the year. If you went everyone on pay in full, you would see seasonality in your year. Because in December you're going to take time off, in August you're going to take time off, and April gets drug along with that 4-month cycle. And we see in Europe, where pay in full is more common than outside of Europe, we still see seasonality in volume. In North America, where 85% of what we sell is on installment plan, it's just like butter. Very solid, stable, predictable. So I would encourage you to grasp the incentives that are behind the installment plan, because there's really a lot built into that and how you can grow your business stably. Business incentive bonus. Talked about that earlier. This is really a very generous offering to people who want to make it to the top ranks. It starts at senior sales coordinator and higher. Goes from 5 to 20% of your earnings. It's paid in arrears. A lot of people come to know that a little bit late, but it's paid on the previous month. It's not paid on everything because it's about building a team, okay? So it's not paid on retail profit, for example, but the idea behind it was to help people get out there and expand their business and travel further to help build teams abroad. And when you really want to pick up BIB, you start building in other countries, and you can reach the maximum payout in every single country. So £1,600 here a month is where you max out as an NMD, right? In the US, it's $3,000 a month. Jeff Roberti gets the max in every single country, okay? Because he's built everywhere, he's gone everywhere. So if you guys venture into another country, that's one way to see a 20% hit on your uptick on your earnings, because you're going to get a business incentive bonus. Pretty powerful if you're inspired to take this around the world. Another thing, use our reports, both the ones that can be sent as a PDF or the ones that can be viewed on our NSA Online website to drive your business. There are versions of the report that make it really easy to scan through and look for people that are close to title, close to being qualified for things, where you can help them say, hey, you got $1,200 for performance bonus, you need $1,250. We need to get you locked in before the month is over so that you're going to get paid for performance bonus this month. And there are reports on NSA Online where you can run yourself and see people who are close to anything, close to title, close to bonuses, and help them make sure they close their month out properly. You can do that at any day in the month. And the PBC report and the 12-month analysis reports, if you haven't seen them, there's a lot to be had, a lot of insight to be had by using and understanding those reports. And there's very good explanations for them. You just got to use them to get to know them. I could sit down with you guys and look at your 12-month analysis and basically tell you what you're doing in terms of activity and productivity by reading those. So the purpose of it is to give you those for your team. And you can run them on your entire team. So you can help guide them with, okay, you need to do a little bit more of this, that, or the other. Great reporting you can have sent to you automatically or retrieved through NSA Online. Here's where I want to give you kind of a glimpse from the bottom up of how we pay out. And the payout is a fixed cost for the company. For a lot of people, this is kind of what makes it all kind of click. Look at an example where someone placed an order for anything, in this case a box of capsules. They're at the first rank distributor. And the only question for us as a company is, who's eligible to get the 10 things that we pay, retail profit, 3 commissions, 5 portions of performance bonus, and 1 POB. Who's eligible and who's qualified? All we have to do every month once it's over is determine who those people are, and for every single order, we pay them. Okay, so let's go through an example. We have retail profit paid to the person who made the sale. The first commission is direct distributor commission. We're going to look upline and find the first person who's direct. That makes them eligible by title, and they also have to be qualified. So they have to have 65 RVC to qualify. If they are, give them 4%. It's going to keep going, looking to give the next commission chunk out, which is senior direct commission. And it's got to find someone who's both eligible and qualified. In this case, I'm suggesting that this person missed it, so it has to keep going until it finds someone who does. And away it goes. Same with sales coordinator. It has to find the first sales coordinator in the upline from where the order was placed to pay out that 3%. Okay, then those are done. Those 3 commissions are paid and done. The next section is performance bonus. We have 5 portions of performance bonus to pay from this order at the bottom. Eligibility is a little bit different. You have to be ranked 3 or higher, senior direct or higher. You have to be qualified by being in performance bonus. And once again, you don't get paid on yourself and your baby distributors, your ones and twos. You get paid on your rank 3 and higher for performance bonus. So I've got to find the first person who's qualified, but this is under a rank 3, this order. And that's something that some people get tripped up on sometimes. There's the eligibility and qualify can sometimes need clarification. We just answer those 2 questions, give out that first performance bonus of 2%, and proceed to find 4 other people who have done the same, have met the performance bonus qualifications, and they have the rank to get it in the first place. And sometimes it misses people. Okay, so we're already 7 or 8 levels up before we find someone to pay 3rd generation performance bonus to. Okay? And just keep looking for them. Are they eligible and are they qualified? Keep going until it's paid out. It's a fixed cost for the company. 37% of our RBC are these 10 payouts, pay out every time. The only question is to whom. And if you're qualified every month, then the part that you're used to getting will keep coming to you. But if you miss and you drop below those qualifications, it's going to pass you and go up to the next person. Okay? And the final one is promoted bonus. And the last point I have is the global opportunities that are out there. And I hear a lot of you guys talk about being inspired to be able to travel and have the freedom to travel. And we try to do the best job we can to make it so that when you do travel, you can take your Juice Plus life with you. You know, we're in 25 plus countries. We want to go to more. We try to make it as easy as possible for you to sign up customers in those countries. Often you can do it online, you know, from your home office. Same for signing up new distributors. Often you can do it online. If it's not possible, it's usually because of the law. So we force you to download a PDF and fire it across by fax or scan it or whatever. But we try to make it as easy as possible for you to have a business abroad. And really, you already have a presence through your personalized Juice Plus sites in every country we do business in. You already have a way for people in all those countries that we're in to become a customer and get involved and enjoy the benefits of Juice Plus. And I know a lot of you guys are inspired to go see the world. It's been a big part of my trip with NSA. And I've worked in over 30 countries. I've been to 40 because of Juice Plus, lived in 5, and it's just been an amazing trip to be able to see the world while having the best time. And I'm still blown away, no matter where I go, you transplant yourself halfway around the world and you feel like you should be in a different place. You almost feel like a different person because of it, and you walk into a place and it's the same look in their eye, the same passion, the same vision, and it's contagious. So, awesome weekend for everyone. Look forward to talking to you, and have a good one.